Hello, this is Christine speaking, and I'm just doing a bit of an update on Mahara. We've had an upgrade, and therefore a few things are looking a little bit different. So I thought it might be a good idea for me to do a recording and have it available to you so you can see what the changes are. So to get into Mahara, we click on our e-portfolios and we'll go into Mahara. You will see your dashboard, which is your dashboard view, which is the default that comes up. You'll notice it's a little bit different. Before we used to come in at the views. Now you've got different tabs at the top. You will see dashboard, you will see content, portfolios and groups. I've got an extra one here because I've got admin rights, but you will see the content. Now in the content is where you'll see different things which were used to become under the portfolio. You'll see your profile. So your profile is there, your contact information, your messaging and general, so that's all there. Your profile picture, so you'll have your picture that's come in from Moodle and any other pictures that you might have, and then you can set the default. Your files, so your files are in under content now, which would make sense. So all your files are there. Journals. Now, the terminology we used to use is blogs, is now called journals, which is, I think, more relevant because, and it's not so confusing. You can see there's a button there to create the journal, but then you'll see a button here, new entry, and that's a lot larger now, which makes it less confusing. So what we had happening previously, a lot of people were creating new blogs instead of a new entry into the blog. So this is making it a lot clearer, using the terminology journal rather than blog, and that the button to create a new entry is quite large now. So that's a really good plus. You'll see resume. So your resume is the same. We're having a little bit of issue there. I'll just go back again. I don't know what Barracuda wants to jump in, but anyway, we're back in. Okay, so with your resume, you have your introduction letter, and then you have your employment and employment history, your achievements, your goals, and your skills, and your interests. So they're all there, and it's a good idea to update that, so you never know when you might want to send that to someone to give them information about what you've done. Your plans, you can put in new plans in here. So if I clicked on Vanilla Festival, I've got no task there, but I can add tasks that need to do for a particular project that you might be working on. Notes, you can put in notes in here. So training page, that's actually given me a link to a training page. Just go back here, back into my content, back into notes. So that one's actually, I've put a link in. So there are HTML notes that you can create inside a text box block on your page. So text box, okay. So if you do a view and you put a text, you can add the text box onto your view. That information that you put on that text box you put on that view will come up in here into notes. Okay, so that's just something new that's come in. Portfolio. With the portfolio, this is where all your pages are. Now, pages is what we used to call views. They're now called pages. They're web pages, so it makes sense to use that terminology. Before we called them views, they are now pages. Now to edit the page, you click on the pencil again, no different than we did before. So I can click on edit the page, and you'll see some of the symbols look a little bit different, but you can add different things into your page. And external content, this is where you can put your YouTube videos in there. And there's lots of things you can put, latest news and things like that into your view. Okay. So up the top here, you can edit the title and description, edit the layout, and this is where you can change the layout. You can change it to 1 column, 2 columns with different widths, 3 columns, 4 columns, or 5 columns, and then you just save if you make changes. Edit the content is where we were. Display page, that will actually display the page for you, and then edit the page again will get you back to that menu. And share the page. Now this is where you share the page with different people. It's not where you get your secret URL, and I'll show you that it's a little bit different. This is where you can share it to the public, the logged in users, your friends, to the Golden Ovens TAFE, to a particular group that you might be part of, or you can share it with an individual. Okay, this is where you do that in here. Just going back to my pages, and I'll just go back into that again because I just because I've gone out of it, it stopped. Go edit. Okay, I'm back up here. Share with me. So share with me. So we looked at share pages. That's when you want to share it to other than a secret URL. Shared by me is where we do our secret URL. Okay, so this is where I create it. So if I was looking my e-learning journey here and I clicked on that pencil, I can add the secret URL, which is here, and then I can copy and paste that to whoever I want to share that view with. Okay, and that's how you do it. Share with me is anyone who's shared something with me, and they would have done that from that other shared page, you know, where you can nominate a group, share it with a group, share it with the Golden Ovens TAFE, share it with a particular user. These are the ones that have been shared with me. All right, so there's just some slight variations. Groups, you can create a group and be part of a group if you want to. We didn't really go into much of that in the e-facilitation unit, but that's something you can play with if you like. Okay, you could create a group for your students and be part of that group. So just to reflect on what the changes are, you'll notice the change in the top here. Dashboard is the view that is a shortcut to different things. So updating your profile, updating a file, creating your resume, publish a journal. Your content is now everything to do with content, your profile picture, your files, your journals, which used to be called blogs, your resume, your plans, and your notes. Your portfolio contains the pages, which used to be called views, your collection, where you can join pages together, and shared by me is where you create your secret URL, and shared with me are the ones that people are sharing with you. If you are doing the University of Ballarat course, you will notice that this is very similar to their Mahara now. So we're virtually on the same layout. So you'll find it a lot easier to go from one to the other. Okay, if you've got any issues, please give me a call or send me an email, and I'll certainly will go through it individually if you need help. Okay, thank you. Bye.